the feet of Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My Popeye Loon.
Popeye
Muscly. Sort of.
Yeah, I'll be Popeye after I do something.
Your eyes are going to pop when you eat this dish. That's what's going to happen. We are doing an amazing side dish that you probably you've often probably seen these at and maybe ordered them at a really cool steakhouse.
All right, you're giving away too much.
And you may think, I'm never going to make that at home, but folks, you're going to see how to make it, and it's so delicious. Let's tell them. We're doing
cream spinach.
Oh, it's
decadent.
It is. I mean,
good.
it is a vegetable, so it's it's a vegetable, and Popeye would certainly approve, and
Yes.
it's really good. So let's jump right into this. Let's talk about how we do this. It's so easy and it's so delicious.
Let's talk about this.
It's perfect for. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Let's talk about the spinach.
Let's talk about the spinach. So
Popeye spinach.
Popeye spinach. So this takes. You're going to feel like when you start off, you've got like this much spinach, but as spinach cooks, it like really reduces down and becomes like this.
Mm-hmm.
So we start off with 3 pounds of spinach, and that's quite a bit. That's literally, I would say that's probably at least 12 cups of spinach. But what you need to do is, I like to get good fresh spinach. Don't use canned here. We're going to go fresh. You could use baby, but I like just using good old regular fresh spinach.
Yes.
And then what I do is, it usually comes and they're tied up. So then you want to get rid of those stems because they're not as great in this dish. So just get a knife and just cut those off. And then I probably just put them in like a colander, and then maybe pick them out. And if you still see some stems in there, just chop those off. Get those stems out of there.
That's the most annoying thing about this.
That is the most laborious part of this dish. I promise you. And you can do this well in advance.
Yes.
You really can. You can even make this well in advance. And then what you need to do, because a lot of times there's some grit on that the spinach leaves, so you need to make sure you rinse them under some cool water. Give them a little loving and shake them up like you're washing Ebb and Flow, our dogs. And then, so you do that. Okay, so once you've got all of that done, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wilt that spinach down.
Yes.
It's super easy, and since there's so much, you're going to want to do it in batches. So you just need a little bit of water. A lot of times the water that clings to the spinach will be enough to allow it to, but to help it along, I have a little.
Get that steam effect.
I get you steam. I get just a little glass of water, and I just pour it in a skillet over a nice medium-high heat, and then just fill that skillet up with as much spinach as you can, and then before long it starts reducing down. It takes anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. And then what you're going to do is once you'll see once it's nice and reduced down, then just bring it back over to that colander and dump it in there, and then come back and do that again with the remaining. And it probably takes anywhere from 2 to 3 batches. Okay, so now we've drained all of that. So now we're going to you can handle it quickly.
Yes, you got to cool it off.
We got a cooler jet. So what we're going to do is we just run a little cool water over it, kind of jostle it around until you can handle it. And then what I do is I just put that. You can do this in the sink, or you can put it over a nice big bowl, but you need to then squeeze that excess water out of that spinach. This is a really important step.
Right.
So just squeeze it.
Squeeze.
It really tests your Popeye squills.
Yes.
Squills. It's really squillish. Anyway, so then you just put it in another bowl like this.
And this is how dry it is right now.
Well, yeah,
That's
and you
great.
see how that reduced down. It went from, like I said, this to this.
Yeah.
So that's good. So okay. So now I'm gonna get my skillet going over here.
Yes.
And let's talk about this. So it's cream spinach. So obviously we need cream.
So you put in. That's just not cream. What is that?
It's a total of 2 cups. Now you can do. If you really want this extra luxurious and extra decadent, you could go all heavy cream or double cream, whatever wherever you whatever you call home. Well, some people call it heavy cream, some call it whipping cream, some call it double cream.
Got it.
But heavy whipping cream here in the United States. And but I find a better, just a little more easy to kind of digest on your palate is if I do a cup and a half of half and half, which is like milk and cream, and then just a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, and put that into your skillet, and you want it to be warmed. It doesn't have to be piping like extremely.
Heat it up.
Okay, so now what we're going to do over here, what I've got heated up is I put in 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And then I let that melt, and then I added in one chopped shallot.
Shallot, I love
shallots. They're just so delicious.
Yes.
If you don't do shallot, you can certainly do just regular onion.
Just chop it.
Chop
a
it
little finer.
Just
than,
chop
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And some garlic. I did 2 cloves of garlic, and just let that cook until it gets nice and soft.
And here we are.
And here we are. And that's about only took about 3 minutes to do.
It smells so good.
I know. Now we're going to add 3 tablespoons of flour, and this is going to create our.
Roo!
So you're really onto it. I mean, you're a culinary genius, I tell you.
Oh, pshaw.
Oh, Pshaw, you go on. So anyway, so now we're going to let this, and this doesn't take long. It only takes about a minute, and this acts as a roux. It's just a
that
thickener.
looks great. How do you know when it's good, when it's done?
You just time it.
Okay.
Let it go for about a minute.
Yeah.
Usually, like you're talking to me, and then when I finally get a word in edgewise,
Yes, of course.
It's usually the other way around.
Yeah, you usually talk for longer than a minute.
Okay, so this has been going for, how long has it been going for? About a minute.
About a minute.
Yeah, perfect.
So
So now
funny.
what we're going to do, I'm going to grab my, well, I don't have my whisk, so I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is we're just going to pour this warmed cream
Got it.
in here.
You're going to use your spoon.
I'm going to use my spoon. Normally we use a
Where's that
whisk, but that's,
whisk?
it whisked away somewhere. It whisked its troubles away.
Yeah,
So yes, I'm
there
being
you
careful.
go.
So now what we're going to do is we're just adding this in here slowly, and then those lumps will work themselves
Yeah,
out.
totally.
And we are going to just continue to cook this like this, and what's going to happen is this cream is just going to thicken up, and it's going to be heavenly. And then we put it all together, and it's eating time, folks.
Yes, I can't wait.
Okay,
Oh,
so now you
that
see this
looks
has gotten
great.
thick, and it's just beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to add some seasoning to this. I'm going to turn this heat down. Okay, we're going to do about a half a teaspoon of freshly ground pepper.
Okay.
This can take a decent amount of salt, so I've got a teaspoon of
Yes.
salt in there. And then we're going to really add some flavor, and we've got a third a cup of Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, so cream and cheese.
Oh, this is why it's, this is why it is what it is.
This is just lovely.
Okay,
I love this.
so now we're going to add in that beautiful, beautiful spinach. That is just, and the thing is, don't you remember? I mean, when you've seen this at steakhouses or you've ordered this, it's always just it has that like appeal to it that it's just
It does.
so beautiful. Now, what I do is I always keep. You see right here, I've got an extra amount of half and half or cream,
Just to
just
make
in case
sure.
you're depends on what your consistency is. If you like it really extra creamy, then you can add a little more.
Like a little bit of a pudding.
Yeah, if you like it like a pudding. No, but then you just need to really work that cream, that thickened cream into it.
That looks great.
Doesn't that look
looks
beautiful?
so good. I remember my first time I ever ate at a steakhouse. First of all, I was like in heaven because the steak was amazing.
Yes.
And then they served it with some cream spinach. This was years ago, and it was the first time I ever had cream spinach.
Yeah.
And I thought, do not give this to me every day because I will eat it.
I know. It is. Well, it is. The thing is, it's one of those. It is, I think, a special occasion kind of. My dad was saying, I think that he had it growing up quite a bit, and it's kind of like cream corn and all. It's just any kind of vegetable.
Oh,
and you
but
cream
this
it.
is a little more decadent.
It
than
is.
that.
So this is wonderful. I'm just doing a little bit of cream. It's really special, obviously, at if you're serving steaks at a romantic like Valentine's.
Yes, just don't get spinach stuck in your teeth.
That's true. Or at the holidays, it's so popular at the holidays.
It's perfect for Christmas. Look at that green color.
I know, it really is, and it's so beautiful.
I
Okay,
think
we're
you're
ready to
good.
do this.
I think you're good.
All right, now this is always the
Yeah,
trick.
just pour that in
You want to help me?
Yes, I will. There we go. Come over here a little closer so we don't get it on the back end. There we go.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, perfect.
Now, what
I
I
left some in there. But
that's okay. Oh, here, I'll get it.
grab it.
Let's finish.
Grab it.
Now, another thing that is really adds another just layer of flavor. I'm going to turn this off. We've got some fresh nutmeg here.
Oh, I love it.
I know I'm nuts about nutmeg. Now you could certainly do. This is a whole nutmeg, so you could do that. You could just use ground and then do it in here, or you can garnish it with
Yes,
that.
I'm
But
gonna
anyway,
mix it in just a little bit.
Okay.
So I don't get a bite full of nutmeg.
oh please,
Y'all, that looks delicious.
heavenly!
Here is for you.
Yay!
Here's your
Okay.
part. There's my plate.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spoon myself some. And I'll let you spoon some up. Oh, that looks so good.
So beautiful.
So good.
I was one of those kids that actually liked spinach as a kid.
I did too.
My mom would serve it out of the can, and it was fine. And then she had the little white vinegar, and I'd pour white vinegar over it, and I just loved it.
All right. While you do that, I'm gonna taste this
Okay.
deliciousness.
Go ahead. It just needs a big steak sitting next to it. Yeah. Is it like ding, 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 ding,
It's
ding?
heaven. That is heaven. It gives me like this sense memory of like going back to like your steakhouse and just be like, oh, the smells, the aromas. That is so good.
Isn't it fun that
and
you-
that is, I like that you use the half and half and then some.
Yes.
Some cream because it doesn't make it so heavy.
Like you're like, oh God, I know. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, and the spinach is. This is 100% Loon approved.
Yes, hooray, hooray, hooray. Oh, you guys. This is one of those,
Wow.
This is another one of those dishes that you make it and people are going to say, you're a good cook.
It definitely needs a steak next to that, but it's
That's
delicious.
heavenly. That is absolutely
Woo!
heavenly.
Now you can get this recipe on howtofeedaloon.com.
I'm flipping for this. If if I had the room, I would do a flip. Go to our social media, like us, share us, do all of that great stuff. You know, if you're watching this and it's the holidays and it happens to be 2020, which you probably are,
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
We're so close to getting
we're so
through this.
close, and let's like communicate
Yeah.
this way, and know that eventually we're all going to get together and just hug
Yes.
each other, and this makes it really feel good. I
It
promise
does.
you. This is so good.
I know. You need to make a steak now.
Okay, I'll get on. All right, bye, you
Bye,
guys.
y'all.
Love you. Hey, everybody.
Hi guys! Now if you want to be a part of the Loon fun, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you won't miss a single recipe.
That's right. Oh, and speaking of recipes, if you want another amazing recipe like
Yeah.
this, then just click right here.
Yeah, click!
Click.
Subscribe!
It's so much fun.